Packy and Marlon. Before I begin, I want to perfectly recreate my first time playing this game. What's with the graphics and sound? This is supposed to be a Super Nintendo game. I'm not joking. I knew the game would be bad when I downloaded it. I just had no idea how bad. I'm not having a go at people who suffer from diabetes. It's a terrible disease that my own father suffers from. But what would possess somebody to make a game about diabetes? This is a really fun game. I mean, obviously this was aimed at children with diabetes, and that's sad. But what do you want to do? You want to make a game that constantly reminds kids of their illness? Not to repeat myself, but let's take a look at the options menu. You can set the sound, and which character goes to what player, which I actually like. I wish Mario or Sonic took a page out of that book. Like I should have to play as Tails because some cheap bastard snagged the first controller. But take a look here. You have to choose your insulin. That has got to be the most depressing option in a video game I've ever seen. You choose your dosage. The only way they could have made this game more sad is if they included a scene where Packy and Marlon stood outside an ice cream shop and cut themselves while listening to Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Now, I've never seen an educational game do any good at the game part, and this is no exception. Look at how it starts. You get an open map, which means you can choose your level. Okay, reasonable. But then this part. At the start of each level, you have to check your blood glucose and inject yourself with insulin. Can you think of any other game where you had to do this shit? It's tedious and annoying, and to my knowledge, there's no participation involved. It'd just be like stopping Metroid every now and then to have Samus take her birth control pills. Which, if DeviantArt is to be believed, she better damn sight remember. And the game part of the game sucks. The controls aren't the worst I've seen. They're still a lot more competent than fucking Bubsy and Claws of the Encounters of the Third Kind. But what sucks is you fall too fast, you don't jump high enough, and climbing only works when it feels like it. You always go through the level collecting healthy food, and there's always some green object unique to each level that you collect, although what it does I have no idea. What's interesting is that you can either jump on the enemies or shoot them. That's actually kind of cool. You get to choose how you want to progress, and it increases your attack options. Every so often you'll run into these friendly animals that give you quizzes about diabetes. This is my biggest complaint about this game, because first off, a quiz should not be part of a game. I can barely tolerate the seed test in Final Fantasy VIII, but that's because that game was actually good. But if you're going to put quizzes in a game, at least have a reward for getting the right answer. If you get the right answer, they move, letting you access treasure. But if you get the wrong answer, they'll tell you the right answer, and then move anyways. So what's the point? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I mean, I know I'm supposed to climb, but climbing doesn't want to work. Nothing to do, I'm stuck, might as well kill myself. Now, the good thing is with the open layout, I don't have to do this stage. So let's check out the haunted house. I like spooky stages. Oh, unless they're like this. The objective is to go down. How I started out at the top of this haunted house is a question for the ages, but whatever. Now look at that. The fire is clearly in the background, and I still get hurt by it. What the hell? Oh, look at that. Dead. Fantastic. One life left. I better get serious. Let's go into the lake. Yeah, I know, it's a water stage. What the hell is up with that anyways? Have you noticed every third stage I've dealt with so far has had to do with water? And guess what? Not to spoil the ending, but this is where I gave up. Well, died if that's any excuse. The water level is a labyrinth. Now, given that I don't have any idea what the goal of this game is, and couldn't complete a progressive level, what the hell are the odds I'm gonna beat a labyrinth? Ugh, none. Those are my odds. None odds. This is just the worst game I've ever seen. And look at this game over screen. What is this? It doesn't even say game over. It's just a darn rats sort of thing. The fact that this game exists bugs me. I'll give them credit for trying to help out kids who had a terrible disease, but this isn't the way to do it. Don't patronize kids with a terrible disease by making a terrible game. I'm done.
Diabetes. People with diabetes. People with diabetes. People with diabetes. Diabetes. Well, if you have diabetes. Well, if you have diabetes. Well, if you have diabetes. Diabetes. Diabetes.